Well, good morning, church. Thank you for continuing on our Daily Devo. Today, we're in Genesis chapter 42, verses 25 through 38. Now, if you missed Fridays, you may want to go back and read that section, and you could even watch the video that Justin said, because we see something unfolding that's really amazing. Joseph's brothers, who had imprisoned him, or put him in a pit and then sold him as a slave, and probably at this point thought he was dead, have had to come to Egypt because there's no food anywhere. And when Joseph sees them, it's such a great section, the emotions that Joseph is hit with, and his concern, would they recognize him? And they don't, because he's grown. Obviously, he's dressed as an Egyptian. He doesn't look the same, but he starts asking those probing questions just to really fill out, has anything changed in their brother's life? Well, you know what happens? He wants them to commit to bring their younger brother back, so they have to leave one of the brothers, and they head back to take the grain they purchased for their family. And Joseph does something. He takes the money they purchased, and he puts it at the top of each of the bags. So thinking they'll discover it at least when they get home, actually on the way, one stops to feed a donkey and finds the gold, and he's like, or the silver, and he's like, oh my goodness, what has happened? And when they get home, they all realize all their silver is there. And again, as they tell the story to their dad and saying, when they go back to buy more grain, to get the other brother, they have to bring Benjamin. And of course, their father is just tormented because he's like, no, we've already lost Joseph. Now you left another. I'm not sending Benjamin. And see, we see all this orchestration, this plot, what's going on to prepare for them to be saved. As a matter of fact, as we know, they're going to end up in Egypt. And being in Egypt, they're going to have great blessings, and they'll grow from the size they are now, literally, to millions of people over the next few years in the safety of Egypt. But the plan is still working out. And what it kind of reminds me of is, in our life, we're stuck in the moment of time we live in. And we don't see the big picture. See, we can read the book of Genesis in a short amount of time. We can read these stories from Abraham to where we are today, and we see the beginning, the middle, and the end. And we aren't stuck in the drama of the moment. See, the problem is each of us are in a divine drama. We're in a story. And for each of us, you know what? We're in the middle of it. And it's very tough in the middle sometimes to think, God, are you there, and do you care? There were deep, dark times for Joseph when he was, again, sold as a slave, when he was put in prison, that he was had to wonder, God, are you there, and do you care? And yet, as we said, he followed God, and God blessed him. And we have to understand at times we have to have faith. My favorite verse in the Bible is Hebrews 11:6, and it says, without faith, it is impossible to please God, for we must believe he is, and he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. See, that faith lets us know that even when circumstances in this life tell us either God isn't there or he doesn't care, we know he's there. And we know he has the ability to change the situation or to give us the power and the perspective to go through it. And see, God has been giving Joseph the power and the perspective to go through everything that he has faced to this point. And now he's about to work a plan to bring his family back together. Listen, I don't know where you are in that divine drama, but I want you to know God is there and he cares. And no matter what you are facing, are you willing to have faith and say, God, even though I don't understand it, I trust you. Even though I don't understand or know the future, God, you do. And I'm going to trust that you're there and you care. And God, no matter what I'm facing, you can give me the power and you can give me the perspective to go through it. Or God, you can supernaturally change it, but it gives me hope no matter where I am to lean on you. So guys, I don't know what's going on in your life, but be willing to lean on God, because you're in the middle, not the end. You're in the middle of the drama that God has created to do life with you. And he's there and he cares. Guys, continue on our Devo. I think it's some of the most exciting passages coming ahead of you. I love as the story unfolds and as Joseph will reveal himself and as him and his father are reunited. To me, it's some of the most incredible, encouraging, emotional passages you're about to go through. So don't stop now. Continue on our Daily Devo.